If you've ever managed a property, you know the feeling. That giant, jangling keyring that weighs down your pocket. It's just a mess, right? But what if you could open every single lock in your building with just one key? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this simple but brilliant solution that makes it all possible, the master key system.
Does this look familiar to you? That heavy, confusing bunch of keys that feels more like a ball and chain? You know the drill. You're standing in a hallway, fumbling through 50 nearly identical keys, just trying to find the one that opens this one specific door. It's a universal headache for pretty much anyone managing a property.
And, it's not just annoying, it's a huge liability. Think about it. If you lose that giant keyring, you've basically handed a stranger the keys to your entire kingdom. And the cost to rekey every single lock? Oh man, we're talking thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of dollars. It's a security nightmare just waiting to happen.
So yeah, let's just call it what it is, the key management headache. And this isn't just about being inconvenient. This headache is costing you real time, real money, and your peace of mind.
But what if you could just untangle that whole mess? What if there was a system that gave you total control, streamlined access, and rock-solid security, all without carrying around 100 keys? Well, there is. And honestly, it's way simpler and more clever than you might think. And that solution, my friends, is the master key system. It's a concept that is going to completely change how you think about building access and security. It's a total game changer. So, what exactly is it? Okay, think of it like this. It's a permission system. Every tenant gets a key that only opens their door. That's it. But you, as the manager, you get the master key, the ultimate key that can open every single door. It's really that simple. Specific access for them, total access for you. And the benefits? They are huge. Let's break down these 4 core advantages. First, you get incredible flexibility. You decide exactly who gets to go where. Then there's control. An employee quits? No sweat. You just rekey that one single lock, not the entire building. And of course, convenience. Come on, 1 key instead of 50? Yes, please. And finally, security. You can lock down sensitive areas like server rooms or supply closets with absolute confidence. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work? Let's get into the mechanics. It all comes down to a really clear tiered structure. The best way to think about this is like a pyramid. Down at the very bottom, you have the individual keys. Each one opens just a single door. Go up a level, and you might have sub-master keys, maybe for a specific department. Above that, a master key that could open, say, every door on the second floor. And right at the tippy top, you've got the grand master key, the one key that opens everything. This hierarchy is what gives you such precise, granular control. And this really puts it all in perspective, doesn't it? On one side, you have the master key system, streamlined, secure, and cost-effective. And on the other side, the old way, a chaotic mess, a constant security risk, and a total money pit every time a key goes missing. When you see it laid out side by side like this, the choice is pretty obvious. So you're probably thinking, okay, this sounds pretty cool, but is it really for me? Well, you might be surprised at just how many different places can seriously benefit from a master key system. Let's take a look. As you can see, this is for way more than just apartment buildings. Of course, property managers are the biggest users. It's a no-brainer for them. But office buildings are right there too, using it to control who gets into which offices. And schools, perfect example. A teacher needs access to their classroom, but the principal needs to get into every room. It's the same logic for retail chains, warehouses. Basically, any place with a bunch of doors can use this to make life easier. All right, let's make this super concrete with a real-world example we can all wrap our heads around. A typical apartment building. Here's how a plan might look. The tenant, they get an individual key. It opens their apartment and maybe the common areas, like the laundry room. Simple. Your maintenance person gets a master key, so they can get into any unit for repairs. And then the property manager, they hold the grand master key, giving them access to literally every door on the property. See? Simple, tiered, and super secure. And this right here, this is the real magic. When a tenant moves out, you don't have this massive security crisis. You just rekey that one apartment's lock. That's it. The maintenance key still works, your grandmaster key still works, nothing else changes. This is where you save a ton of time and, more importantly, a ton of money. Okay, so you're sold. You want this. How does it actually happen? It's a really straightforward and structured process, not as complicated as you might think. So, how do you get a system like this up and running? Well, it's a pretty simple 5-step process. It all starts with a consultation, where an expert sits down with you to map out your exact needs. From there, they design a custom key plan just for your building. Then comes the installation. They rekey your locks to match the plan. After that, they hand over the new keys, all labeled and tracked. And it doesn't just end there. You get ongoing support. So as your needs change, your system can change right along with you.
And when you boil it all down, it comes back to this one simple, powerful idea, getting you down to one key. One key that gives you total, convenient, and secure control over your entire property. It's all about simplifying your life while seriously upgrading your security. So I'll just leave you with this one question. Take a look at your own keyring right now. Think about all the time you waste fumbling for the right one, the security risks you're taking on, and just ask yourself, isn't it time to finally regain control? Isn't it time to simplify?